All right, so this is advice for people that's going to stay late for work. Now, depending upon how things work at your job, all right, you might want to reconsider what I'm about to say. It depends on if you like what you do, if you like the people you work with, if everything is all copacetic. All right. But here's the thing. People are going to people. Business is going to business. Business is about maximizing profit, and that's it. So tariffs, what does that mean? If they can't afford the people, the employees, they got to let them go because nothing eats profit. Screw all the what you make, profit. So, in general, since people got to people, when you're at work, and it's a job, it's your job, right? This is a capitalism. This is a capital society. It's all about money. You need to function that way. So, if they say, "Hey, can you do this and this and this for us?" You ask, "Does it come with this and this and this money too?" If they say no, then you be like, "No, then no. It's fair. You're not going to pay me more to do more. I'm not going to do more." You know, like, I'm not an executive. I don't get paid extra because I exist. You know, I get paid salary or wage. Therefore, I do what I am required to do by my job specifications, and that's it. Because I'm going to tell you what happened. And I know a lot of you understand this, and for those that are not used to this, this is what usually will happen. If you say, "Sure, I can stay late," because they're going to ask, "Can you work late? This person called out." Or, "Can you work a little later or come in earlier because something." Once you do, they're going to try it again. And they'll be like, "You know what? Last time was really good, but we really need the help this time. Could you really be a team player and help us out? Come in early or stay later? Or can you work a double or something?" And you're like, "You know what? This is all good. We cool and stuff. It's sure. You know." And you get paid regular for that time. But in some places, you don't get overtime. So you got to ask, does that come with overtime pay? And they'll say, yes, it does. But does it? Because if you do work over, and when it gets to the point where you should be getting overtime because, you know, you didn't ate into your normal work schedule of 40 hours, but you did a double, for some reason, they aren't going to need you on that 5th day. Or your hours get cut because of something for the next 2 to 3 days. So you don't make overtime. That stuff can and has and most likely will happen. So oftentimes if someone says, "Can you work extra?" Be like, "No." Or, "Does it come with extra pay? Will my hours get cut?" Or something like that. Because for you to work, you know, an extra 8 hours that day, ruining your sleep, cutting into your health, and then later you don't get that extra because, well, you know, we used you for what we want to use you for. In some places, people get to a certain age or they have a certain understanding. They just say, "No, I'm not working. Nope, just no." It's not about a trade-off. It ain't about a payoff. It's no, I'm not doing extra. Goodbye. It's that simple. I'm not doing extra, and that's it. And that's kind of the best personal policy. Because they're not looking out for your best interest. They're looking out for their own best interests. And that team player talk, they say it to you, but it's really for the upper crust of the company. And that's pretty much how you will kind of become a manager or whatnot when you don't deserve it. You know, those people that somehow go from grunt worker like you, and you see them gone often, and the next thing you know, they're a supervisor or manager. You may not want to find out how they got that position. You know what I'm saying? But don't do. Just don't. That's what you will eventually get to. "I'm not doing this." And they'll leave you alone because you're not going to give them yourself for their benefit and you get nothing out of it. And that's really capitalism in a nutshell. Regular, not abusive, regular capitalism. You work for the money and that's it. So I hope this helps some of you, but if you cool with where you are, if you like the people, you like doing what you're doing, and you don't mind working some extra or double or triple shift or something, that's just you, cool. Ain't got no qualms with you. You do you. That's your life. But this is just some friendly advice so you don't get taken advantage of and you can maximize your personal profit. Thank you for listening.